Hello, ladies and gents, boys and girls, people of all ages, sexualities, and identities, and welcome back to the final comic book review of the night. Oblivion Song, Volume or Issue 7, as I should say. Let's take a deep dive into this one, because this one is quite deep. We go back in time to the very beginning of the Oblivion Song. How did it all begin? What is it all about? And what, pray tell, is why Nathan is so angry about it? The Oblivion Song was an experiment done by Nathan and a bunch of his colleagues. It was an experiment to see if they could open a pocket dimension and use it to export and import materials from other worlds. However, the experiment goes wrong and the device goes haywire. At first, all that happens is the lights, the grid, everything goes out. And pretty much Nathan and his colleagues believe that the device doesn't work, and they take this as a sign that they have failed. However, when they look outside in the street and see everybody looking up at the sky, at first they don't quite notice anything that's changed until suddenly it hits them. It turns out the sky is wrong, and that a bird that is glowing and is like itself has pretty much come into their world. Half of Philadelphia has been destroyed, and it also turns out that all the buildings have started to be intermingled with some alien wildlife. Alongside this, it also turns out that so many people are about to get hurt, and Nathan is about to find himself in a world of regret. Most of his science team are hunted down by the Oblivion Song, and to make matters worse, it also turns out that one of his very close colleagues is also attacked by it. She buys him enough time to build another machine to reverse the effects of what's happened, and he manages to luckily save Philadelphia and also go on the front line and save as many people as he can. But he is then locked up by the federal government for impeachment and a bunch of other things, and essentially for experimenting with dangerous technology. After admitting to everything that happened, Nathan is about to face a long prison sentence. However, that's not the worst part of it. It turns out that the United Nations and the army want to use his technology as a powerful weapon against their enemies. However, Nathan's girlfriend gets wind of this and decides to go and warn him. She luckily manages to break him out of prison and bring him back to life. However, when Nathan leaves prison and goes back to pretty much retrace his footsteps of the life he once lived, he finds himself in places that remind him of nothing more than shadows. He goes into the bar and starts asking for members of his friends and members of his colleagues, but when the barman asks who he is, and because Nathan's reputation is already tarnished by trying to save the world, he doesn't want to admit to who he is to the barman or anyone else at this point, as he has kind of become a bit of a Ronin, and essentially has blocked out all of his past personas and cut away the part of him that used to be. I love this explanation in this issue of the comic book. I absolutely love it. It gives so much more depth to what I didn't understand in the previous 2 volumes. And it explains even more now the wasteland and the overgrowingness of the world and the way that the world has changed and why the human race is so struggling and so in depth of suffering. And for that reason, I give Oblivion Song, Volume 7, a 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next comic book review. Until then, goodbye, stay beautiful, and have an incredible night, you incredible people.